In a peaceful village surrounded by mountains, there lived a kind-hearted man named Rohan. He was known for his generosity and willingness to help others. Despite his goodness, Rohan often felt sad. He could not understand why happiness was so temporary. Some days he was filled with joy, and other days he felt lost and hopeless. One day, an old sage visited the village. He was a traveler known for his wisdom and had helped many people find purpose in life. When Rohan heard about him, he rushed to meet the sage. "Oh, wise sage, I feel lost. I do good things, I help others, but still, I feel sad sometimes. Why does happiness not stay forever?" Rohan asked with a heavy heart. The sage smiled and said, "Come with me, and I will show you something that will change your life." Curious, Rohan followed the sage up a hill where they reached a vast open field. In the middle of the field stood a large, beautiful tree. Its branches spread wide, giving shade and comfort to anyone who sat under it. The sage pointed to the tree and asked, "Do you see this tree? It stands strong, but do you think it has never faced storms?" Rohan looked at the tree and replied, "Of course it must have faced storms, harsh winds and rains." The sage nodded and said, "Exactly. The tree does not break because it has deep roots. Similarly, life will bring you storms, sadness and difficulties. But if you have strong roots of wisdom and understanding, you will never fall." Rohan listened carefully. The sage continued, "Happiness is like the sunlight that touches the tree. Sometimes it is there, sometimes it is hidden by the clouds, but the tree does not stop growing. Likewise, your happiness will come and go, but you must keep growing." Rohan asked, "But how can I make my roots strong? How can I stay happy even when sadness comes?" The sage smiled and said, "Let me tell you a story. There was once a young prince named Aryan who lived in a magnificent palace. He had everything: wealth, power, and luxuries beyond imagination. Yet he often felt an unexplained emptiness inside him. He would sit alone at night, staring at the moon, feeling as if something was missing from his life. One evening, a mysterious traveler arrived at the palace. He carried an old wooden box and requested an audience with the prince. Aryan, intrigued by the traveler's presence, granted him entry. The traveler placed the box before Aryan and said, "Inside this box lies the answer to your sadness. But be warned, once you open it, you must follow the instructions exactly as they are given." Curious, Aryan opened the box and found a simple candle inside. Confused, he looked at the traveler, who said, "Take this candle and light it in the darkest room of your palace. Wait for what happens next." Aryan did as instructed. He took the candle to a hidden chamber in the palace, a room that had been abandoned for years. As soon as he lit the candle, the room was illuminated with a golden glow. But then, something unexpected happened. The shadows in the room began to move, twisting and forming strange shapes. The candlelight cast eerie figures on the walls, and Aryan felt a deep sense of unease. Terrified, he was about to blow out the candle when he remembered the traveler's warning. He gathered his courage and watched as the shadows continued to shift. Then, he noticed something strange. Amidst the moving shadows, there was a small, steady light. As he focused on it, the fear inside him slowly disappeared. He realized that no matter how big the shadow seemed, the small light remained constant. The next morning, Aryan rushed to the traveler and asked, "What was that? Why did I see the shadows move, and what was the small light?" The traveler smiled and said, "The shadows were your fears, your doubts, and your sadness. They grow when you pay attention to them. But did you see that small light? That is your inner strength. No matter how big the shadows seem, if you focus on that small light, you will never be consumed by darkness." The sage paused and then said, "Let me share another story with you." In a distant land, there was a village that had a mysterious cave at its outskirts. The cave was feared by everyone. Legends said that those who entered never returned. One day, a young boy named Kabir, feeling lost in life, decided to enter the cave and find out the truth. As he stepped inside, he was surrounded by darkness. The air was thick and eerie whispers filled the space. Kabir's heart pounded, but he took a deep breath and moved forward. Suddenly, he saw a faint glow in the distance. He followed the light and discovered an old man sitting beside a golden flame. "Who are you? And what is this place?" Kabir asked. The old man replied, "This cave represents the mind. The darkness is fear and sadness. Most people turn back when they see it, but those who face it find the light of wisdom. You have chosen to move forward, and now you will see the truth." The old man handed Kabir a small lamp and said, "This flame represents your hope. No matter how dark life gets, as long as you hold on to hope, you will find your way." Kabir returned to the village and shared his experience. The villagers, inspired by his courage, began to face their fears instead of running from them. The cave was no longer feared, but seen as a symbol of overcoming darkness. Rohan was deeply moved. He asked, "How can I become the light? How can I remove sadness from my life?" The sage gave him 3 powerful lessons. Face your fears. Sadness grows when you run from it. Face it, understand it, and it will lose its power over you. Find your inner light. No matter how dark your thoughts become, remember that you have strength inside you. Focus on what makes you strong. Never let darkness define you. Bad times come and go, but you are more than your struggles. Keep your light alive by staying hopeful and strong. Rohan understood that sadness was not an enemy, but a teacher. From that day, he started practicing gratitude, helping others, and accepting life's changes. Slowly, he found that even when sadness visited him, it did not stay for long. His heart became lighter, and his mind became stronger. Whenever you feel sad, remember this story. Darkness will always be there, but you have the power to be the light. No matter how small your flame is, it can make a difference. Keep shining, keep growing, and happiness will always find its way back to you.